Oh man, how bad can it get? As you know that the US just bombed Iran, and so the SABC asks their international editor to actually give us some information on what is the latest. In this video, I'm gonna play you her report. Sounds more like a stadium rally than a media report. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you a biblical reaction about how this affects South Africa, because our concern is that South Africa will prosper. Are you ready? Good. Press like and take a listen.
Okay, let's get you more on this now. We now welcome SABC News International Editor Sophie Mokoena was on the line for us. So, Sophie, has there been any reaction from Iran as yet?
Yes, Iran has issued a stern warning to the United States of America and Israel that it will retaliate. And we immediately saw those missiles launched from Iran and directed at Tel Aviv and other areas this time that were previously spared from the recent attacks by Iran. We are told by Iran again that they will also target the main airport of Israel. And therefore we expect that when those missiles land in Israel, we are going to see a huge damage this time around.
Let's hear. She expects the airport will be blown to smithereens. Go on, tell us more.
Iran has also announced that much as America and the President of the United States of America is claiming that he has obliterated the 3 nuclear sites, there is no such. And the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, you know, the responsibility of this agency is to detect and to communicate with countries with nuclear capabilities and also warn the world in terms of the dangers thereof. The agency has issued a statement that they haven't detected the leakage of this dangerous chemical, but indicating that they will continue to monitor, which support Iran's statements that not much damage has been inflicted, as President Trump claims.
Just give us the facts. Can you see why these people need us to be passing at 30%? So that we can sit and watch news like this. Iran said this and it's gonna happen. We expect it. America says they bombed 3 sites, but there is no such. The day when your international editor starts saying there is no such, you know you live in a dump of a country. There is no such what? And then she goes, the IAEA says there's no leakage of stuff. Therefore, this proves it. No, silly, you're not a nuclear expert. Neither am I. So what you do is just say what has happened. Say what some experts say. Say what the opposite side says happened. Say what the other side says happened, so that we actually get some news and some information. But instead, we are watching a pro-Iran rally. Now, is it wrong to be pro-Iran? Absolutely not. I mean, they are not white, they are not Christian, they're not successful entrepreneurs. Of course, they oppress women, everybody knows, but we can ignore it for that and be pro them because you are allowed to be if you're a neo-Marxist. But now you're here as an international editor. You're supposed to be a journalist and be pro-Iran at home, but be a journalist and editor on top of that at work. But oh no, there's no such. Anyway, let's hear some more.
From this and what he has been saying, President Trump, building up to this. You'd recall on Friday he had lied. He lied. He said it will take 2 weeks before U.S. can take that decision, and it took that decision last night. I think they were trying to save face for Israel to find a way to stop the attacks on Iran, because it was getting very difficult for Israel. Israel was experiencing casualties and destruction from the attacks directed to areas such as Tel Aviv. And you know that it was on Friday where even the Prime Minister of Israel did confirm that they are really being affected, even saying that he had to postpone his son's wedding because of this attack. But people saying that he is all about himself. The real damage was experienced by ordinary people in Israel. And therefore, this might also be seen as a way out of this conflict. And that is why Trump is bold to say now peace talks must resume. In other words, he's aware that this is a way to get into the peace negotiations. But the problem here, Russia, China, and many other countries have now indicated that they will support Iran in self-defense. And therefore, we don't know what's going to happen.
Oh gosh, the lady's just throwing vague threats. Russia and China, they are going. How about you actually quote who in Russia? Tell us. The foreign affairs minister in Russia gave out a statement saying this. How about the foreign affairs minister in China released a statement saying that? It is just so shocking. This is the worst kind of shocking rant on our national broadcaster. So anyway, let's talk about this is Iran, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hopefully give you more information in 30 seconds than you got on the SABC. So this is Iran right there. There's Tehran. Israel is right here. About a week or two ago, Israel managed to penetrate the airspace and they managed to take out some of their generals. But there were 3 nuclear facilities that they couldn't reach because they're underground. And so then America got sucked in, even though they were hoping they don't, but they got sucked in to now hit those 3 targets. Israel said it's doing a preemptive strike because Iran had gotten close to their nuclear weapons reaching dangerous phases. And so then America has come in to bomb those 3 places with B-2 bombers that flew all the way from America to here. Now you look around here and you realize all the Arab places like Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen, UAE, then you have next to Israel, you have Jordan, Syria, and Iraq right here. They have pretty much gone quiet, and America has bases in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in Oman, in Yemen. I think there's one here, and there's some bases in Turkey. So the whole world is now waiting. Iran has been weakened because their airspace is no longer under their control. Hence, it's being penetrated so easily to bomb. And the Ayatollah, the religious leaders that run Iran, don't have complete support of the people. It puts them at a danger of an uprising if what the Israelis are trying to do works. But we are all watching to see what happens. And so the news is unfolding as things stand. Iran is sending rockets straight to Israel, and some of them are getting through because Israel has an Iron Dome. It is targeting civilians and it has created some damage. And so this is where things stand. Will this situation escalate or will it not, is where we are. We'll see where that goes. But now, what does that have to do with South Africa? You know, we've just watched a shocking report, and the low quality, low competence of the report is reflective of what has collapsed our state-owned enterprises, what has collapsed service delivery, what has collapsed our economy in this country. And it's because of the catered deployment policy that has made sure to infiltrate everything important in our country with ideologues. They can't even realize they're no longer doing the job that they're supposed to be doing. There was a man who was actually sick and was on a sick bed, and he was healed when Jesus met with him. So now he takes up his bed and walks. He had been sick for a long time. So that sounds like a good thing, right? Not to an ideologue. So the Jews, and it means the religious leaders here, they said to the man who was cured, what do you say to a man who was cured? You say, wow, this is awesome, you were cured. Wow, this is awesome, you found a job. Wow, this is awesome, the economy is growing, more people are finding work, and the economy is creating the problem of people need to promote other people. The economy is growing, all the small businesses have more customers to sell to because they have more money to buy. Wonderful. No, not to an ideologue. They say to the man who was cured, it is the Sabbath. It's not lawful for you to carry your bed. They say to him, yeah, but was it inclusive growth? You see, they don't care about the cure. They don't care about people actually being employed. They don't care about people actually coming out of poverty. That's why even when it's growth, which they know is the answer, they'll say, oh yeah, but did you keep our rules? Did you keep our laws? Just like in this video, they said if an investor wants to come but our laws are standing in their way, then yeah, they can go invest in India. Why? These are ideologues. They don't care about competence. How do you become an international editor and you say, Trump says this, but there's no such? There's no such. No, I won't judge my aunt when she says that. But you, an international editor, there's no such. Trump said this, but there's no such. Because nothing, there's no nuclear stuff that's seeping ideologues. It is the Sabbath, they say. It's not lawful for you to carry your bed. They're not celebrating that he's walking on his bed. They're thinking about their rules. And then he answered and said, he who made me well, the person who made me well, said, take up your bed and walked. Then they want to know, and who's that? Who said to you, take up your bed and walk? No care about people. No care about what's good. No care about what's right. No care about what's adequate. No care about being able to do the work. No care about being able to educate. No care about none of that. What are they concerned about? The revolution, the revolution, the revolution. South Africa, if we don't break ourselves out of the fingers of these ideologues, we'll be in trouble. But I'm glad, like I said in this video, this nonsense is falling apart and we will win and we will come out of it and South Africa will prosper. No man can serve two masters. Either he'll love the one or hate the other, or he'll despise the one and honor the other. You cannot serve God, the author of good, bad, right, wrong, working and not working, and Karl Marx, the author of revolutionary, counter-revolutionary, black, white. Please ring the bell. Let's make history together. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody.